This is for Luke, right over here to your left. Europe dominated last decade. You guys are in position to do that again this decade. The sort of key connector between those eras is Rory. What does he mean to this team? Not just
you guys told us we wouldn't win one for 20 years, though.
What about that decade of dominance, Alan?
No.
Well, I failed to factor in the captains and what a big difference they make. And what does Rory mean to you guys? Not just his play, but his leadership and his confidence and all that intangibles.
Look, you need your big players to step up. Looking at Rome, Victor was our FedEx Cup champ. We had Rory, we had John. They had 10.5 points without playing together once in Rome. This week, Rory's won 4 out of 5. John, 3 out of 5.
It's my fault.
You argue Tommy maybe is, 4 out of 5.
Go on, Tommy.
Go on, Tommy.
You absolutely need your big guns to fire, and I think that's what we're proud of is that the U.S. guys, big guys, the guns, they didn't get as many points as ours. And Rory has made no qualms about how important the Ryder Cup is to him. And I think that's inspiring to me. It's inspiring to his team. Maybe not quite on the same level as winning the Grand Slam and the Masters, but it's pretty effing close. It really is. He's talked to me about it many times, about how he wants to win an away Ryder Cup and how difficult that is. So to have someone, of Rory's caliber fighting so hard, that's inspiring for the team. And, see, we can't do it alone, but it's very helpful when, someone like Rory is contributing like he does.
Just related to that, when we talk about a player's place in history, it's always individual achievements. But if Rory wins 8 or 9 Ryder Cups, if he goes on to be the leading point earner, how does that elevate him in the conversation?
The Ryder Cup weeks are the best weeks of our lives. We talk about this all the time. Those individual accolades are fun. We want to achieve as much as we can. Rory has achieved so much in the game. His place in history is set. But I think those weeks we spend together are the ones we remember the most and we cherish the most because of the times we get to spend with each other. Now that's a big part of my captaincy, is to create an environment where these guys having the best weeks of their lives. Honestly, we'll always remember this. We'll always go down in history. We talk about all the people that came before us, that paved the way for us. Now future generations will talk about this team tonight and what they did and how they were able to overcome one of the toughest environments in all of sport. And that is inspiring to me. And that's what Rory gets and all these other 11 guys get as well.
Up to 13.
Rory, sorry here. How sustainable for the game of golf is the level of abuse that you and others I know received this weekend? Is it something that you just have to accept, or is it something that's taking the game in a dangerous direction?
No, I don't think we should ever accept that in golf. I think golf should be held to a higher standard than what was seen out there this week. Golf has the ability to unite people. Golf teaches you very good life lessons. It teaches you etiquette. It teaches you how to play by the rules. It teaches you how to respect people. And sometimes this week we didn't see that. So No, this should not be what is acceptable in the Ryder Cup. But, you know, we will be making sure to say to our fans in Ireland in 2027 that, you know, what happened here this week is not acceptable. And it's, you know, for me, it's, you know, come and support your home team. You know, come and support your team. You know, I think if I was an American, I would be annoyed that I didn't hear a lot of shouts for Scotty today, but I heard a lot of shouts against me. And it's like, support your players. You know, that's the thing. So, look, it was a rough week for all of us. But at the same time, you know, we shut them up by our performance and how we played, and we tried to, you know, I chirped back a few times because it got to me a few times, but we tried to handle everything that came our way with class and poise, and for the most part, I felt like we did that.